YouTube, it is that wonderful time, our favorite time of the year, my top 17 of 2017. Now I know a lot of people usually will do like my favorite of every category, but I am doing just my top 17 that I used the most were my standouts for the year. I might not even have one for a category. I might have 3 for a category. You just don't know what I'll do next. The reason I like doing it this way is it just really shows you a standout product to me for the year. So I'm not just like, okay, I have to choose my favorite primer. I guess this one was my favorite. I'm not settling for anything. I'm just showing you the 17 products that I could not put down this year and were my absolute favorite. And that's the format I like, as opposed to just like reaching for something. So we got our messy hair because we work today. So we're doing this just hang out today, and yeah. Let's talk about our favorites. From here on out forever, I'm probably gonna mention this in every video, but this year was going really well until Carson Wentz got injured. We just can't have anything nice in Philadelphia. We just can't, like, my baby, my MVP. He'll always be my MVP, Carson. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll make like a more personal video about like personal highs and lows for me for the year, but you guys are here for makeup. So let's talk about makeup. Don't mind my cold. If you guys watch my channel, this will be no shock to you. It was a limited edition item from this year. And it was part of a very random collection that I poo-pooed until I touched it. And it is the Lorac highlighter palette from the Pirates of the Caribbean collection. This is just the most stunning, beautiful palette. The highlights are the most, I don't even know how to explain it. They are subtle, yet they are impactful. The bronzer is just perfect. This shade has no like blue or purple undertones. It is just a beautiful white. They aren't glittery, they aren't shimmery. They are just what look like a beautiful accent to your skin. They just bring life to your face, but also if you pack them on a little bit, pack a punch. There is just something so special about this. And this nude little blush here it's so stunning. And I use this on brides a lot. It's like perfect for bridal makeup. I wish I had bought 40 of them. I am so sad it was a limited edition. Bring it back, Lorac, please. It's just the perfect palette for a soft, beautiful look and just looking lit from within and wonderful in terms of blush, in terms of bronzer, in terms of highlighter. This hit it out of the park. I was so shocked. This was probably my #1 product of the year, and it was limited edition, and I'll never, ever have it back. Just goes off and lives with my hopes and dreams of Carson Wentz in the Super Bowl. So then I had a favorite mascara of the year. And it is definitely my Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. This is an amazing mascara. This one's all used up. I need a new one. The brush looks like this. I have been really not hitting it out of the park lately with my good old mascara buy-ups. What I've recently been hauling from a drugstore has just not been doing it for me. And this mascara just does. It just always does it for me. And I hate that it's like $24 or $23 because spending that much on a mascara is ridiculous and I don't want to. And I'm like the biggest advocate of drugstore, but lately these new releases from the drugstore have been absolute poop diarrhea. I am not into it, but I have been into my Stila, my good old trusty Stila. I'm probably gonna get so much hate for this. But my only eyeshadow palette, because I'm going to be really honest, because I have so many and I sickeningly bought so many. So for me to like really gravitate towards one and use it a lot, I could have 2, but hold on for a second. Let me just talk about this one. So this was like so hated on and nobody likes it, but I love it. And it is the Tartist Pro palette. I used this so much this year. It's all mattes with like 4 shimmers. The shimmers are absolute diarrhea. Don't even like get me on that, but it's just these matte, beautiful shades. And I just find when I'm really like stuck and I'm not like feeling really inspired, which is terrible. It's like, it's my favorite because it was my go-to when I was uninspired. But I'm a busy lady, so this made my life a lot easier. I mean, everybody on YouTube says they're busy. Are they really? Or are they avoiding the real issue? that they're lazy. No, I really had a busy year and it is now winding down finally, but this has just been, I need something in my crease. I know there's something in here. If I want to warm up my look, I know I can do it in here. There's such a good mix of warm and cool toned mattes that it's just, I couldn't beat it when I was in a rush or when I just couldn't think of what I wanted to do with my eyeshadow, or if I'm doing like a lot of bridesmaids, I can use it because I don't have to sit and really think about it. So my favorite thing was being uninspired this year. Also, if you watch my channel, you'll know my favorite lip products are just these Tarte lip paints. There's a difference. There is like a sweet smelling thin lip paint, and then on the second shelf of Ulta, there are these ones, the Moussier Tartist lip paints, and they smell like peppermint, and they are just spectacular. I just love that they stay forever, they are comfortable, they dry down, and these little samples, you get a lot of products. I'm like really holding on to these samples that I got in a sample set last year. I just don't want to let them go because I want to buy up the whole collection, but I ain't rich, dog. The thinner ones I like, but they are much more drying. They kind of remind me a little bit of like the Ultra Mattes by ColourPop, whereas these are much more comfortable and they don't dry down to a complete like on your lips. They're a little bit tacky so that, I mean, eventually you'll have to reapply, but they do last long. I will say that. They're matte. But since they don't dry down to that really paint thinner way, they just seem so much more comfortable. So while they're not transfer proof and they are a little bit tacky, I can just like go about my day and not be like, my name is Helga from the Crypt and my lips are cracking off and I'm so uncomfortable. And then I get that ring, and then if it's a night out and I'm drunk, I look like a hot mess, and it's just not cute. It's really not cute. Next is actually a brush, and it is this Luxie brush. I feel like every year I have a Luxie brush that is from my Ipsy bag, and this is the Luxie 207 Medium Angled Shading, and it's exactly what it says. It's just perfect. Of course, now there's like a big bahunga coming out of it. Look at that. There's like a hair coming out of it, and it looks ridiculous, but this is perfect for me for just patting in my crease to go and shade it in, and it's beautiful. This has made my crease work so much more enjoyable, so much more blended. It's like the perfect shape for me to just go so that I can just blend that all in, and I don't have to be like trying to perfectly get a line with a little brush. It's just like the perfect shape to my eye to get the perfect crease, and I'm so glad you came into my life. Also, not another shock if you frequent my channel, but the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner was the answer to my eyeliner pen prayers. I could not find one that I enjoyed, and this one has the brush tip, as I've said, like the Kat Von D. It is black, and it is $8.99, and it actually looks good. It does not look like crap. It is perfectly easy to do a wing. It dries down semi-matte, matte enough where I am satisfied, and it lasts all day. It doesn't transfer on the top, and I've had so many issues. I bought the Stila, I bought every single one I use the pen, and the pen seems like it's dried up after 2 uses. This does not do it. These last forever. These are amazing. I'm so happy I found these this year. 2 foundations we are going to talk about. The first is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. You might be like, Meg, you are so dry. Why are you getting down with this matte? This is such a to me, full coverage, beautiful finish. Although I usually like to look dewy, if I know I'm going to a wedding, or I know I want to look banging, and I know that I want to look good, and I don't want to think about my makeup, I will pull this out. If I know it's going to be a long day, if I know I'm not going to really get to touch up, this is the foundation I will pull out of my drawer. It's like out. I need to get a new one. It's like crusty at the top and like almost done, but it's just a great foundation. I'm pretty sure this was one of my top last year, and I just know that when I reach for this, I'm not going to be disappointed. And sometimes you really need those moments where it's like, I need something that's going to last. I need something that's going to look good all day, and I can't be testing out a new product. I'm going to a wedding, or I'm going on a night out. Can't be testing those things. The next one is definitely my Makeup Forever Professional HD Stick. It's just the least drying stick foundation I have tried, Granted, I do have to moisturize up and all that kind of jazz, but it's definitely the least drying. It's fast. I can blend it in with my fingers. I can blend it in with a brush. I can blend it in with the Beauty Blender. I can control my coverage. It can be really full coverage. It can be medium coverage. It can be like, it's very controllable, very easy, very quick. Especially when you're trying to go to work, this is a lifesaver. That alarm goes off late, put a couple stripes on your face, blend it in with your fingers, put on your concealer, put on your mascara, and go girl. Is it really gonna be a 2017 favorites video without these Steel and Magnificent metal eyeshadows? As I've said, I definitely picked these up before the hype train started. My story always is, I walked in, they were stocking the shelf with them. Nobody really had heard of them coming out. Steel kind of just like slipped it out there and was like, let's see the hysteria we can cause. And they did. I picked it up. I remember going over and swatching it and being like, how do I not know about these? There was nothing about them online. They are just the most stunning glitter eyeshadow. They're easy, they dry down, they're controllable. You will get a little bit of glitter fallout throughout the day, but they're just some of the most fantastic and beautiful products I've seen, and it was just something different, especially for Stila. I just felt like they put them out there and they were trying something new and they really got it right. These were just so beautiful. There was a reason there was such a craze around them. They really deserved it. They're just the perfect lid glitter, beautiful pop of color without being too much work and being insane. Similarly, my two favorites, I've also had the favorites of the ColourPop metallic eyeshadows. This one's in Amaze. These are just, they're also God's gift to humanity. They're just the most beautiful eyeshadows. You put them on the lid and they just give you that pop you want. They stay all day. They dry down beautifully and they're just, I feel like, unless I really wet my brush and work hard with a powder shadow, I don't get the finish that I get with these. These are the answer to, I don't want to wet my brush, ruin the eyeshadow when I wet my brush, and spend 7 hours. If I just pop these on my lid, I have an amazing eye look to go, and these were some of my favorites last year, and they're still fantastic. I would not be anywhere without these buggers. So one of my favorite concealers of the year I can't find anymore, but my other favorite was definitely the MAC Pro Longwear. This is just a very heavy under eye coverage without looking cakey. You can make it look cakey, don't get me wrong, but if you just put a sheer little swoop and you dab it in with a Beauty Blender, it looks flawless. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid for a long time about the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, but I finally caved and bought it, and I think this was my favorite last year too. Unfortunately, my favorite drugstore one, which is, if you can tell me, do they still make this? I can't find it. It is the L'Oreal Blur Concealer. I can't find it in any of my drugstores anymore, and this was my drugstore favorite, so now I'm getting over 17, but if you can find it, let me know, cause I miss it. Another generic choice, but I think you can tell I love it. It's all taped up and destroyed, but it is my Coty Airspun powder. I love this for baking, and I have destroyed it. I just wish they would come out with better packaging. It just creates, like I've said, a very flawless, almost porcelain doll look for me under my eyes and under my contour, and it's like $6, so I guess I can live with the horrific packaging that I have had to just really go to town on. My favorite blush this year is the same as last year, and I just can't hit pan on it. And it is the Too Faced Baby Love blush. It is just the most neutral, pretty blush besides the one in the Pirates of the Caribbean one, and it's like so boring, but long live the boring, almost brownie, bronze, pinky blushes. They are just, they go with everything. They look gorgeous, and that was my favorite blush of the year. That is faux show, and I have this in the Love Flush palette, but they sell it individually too with the little tiny bunnies on it. One of my favorite products ever this year was the Cover FX Celestial Custom Cover Drops. They are the custom enhancer drops. I loved this as a highlight. I loved this to mix it with my foundation. I love it under my foundation. You only need to use a few drops. Mine is all disgusting, but it is just the most beautiful. Like, can you just look at that? It is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh, it's blinding. It is It's just stunning, and it really adds a great, like the glow it adds when I dab it in with a little beauty blender on my cheeks is gorgeous. I put it sometimes under my foundation, and I can really tell that I have a lit from within look. I mix it on my foundation. That's the most times I don't notice it. I actually notice it more when I just put it mixed with my primer under my foundation as opposed to mixing it in with my foundation. How that makes sense, I don't know. I want to find a dupe for this. I have looked at the Makeup Revolution. Unfortunately, that one has a lot of glitter in it. These don't have a glitter. See it up here? They are just pure, beautiful sheen. The ones, I was looking at the ones from Wet n Wild, and they are also super glittery. So these are just beautiful, pure sheen pigment. There is not glitter filler in here, I don't think. The next thing I don't even have to show you, but it is the Burt's Bees Cleansing Balm or Cleansing Oil. I am using one from number 7 right now. It is not my favorite because I'm trying to go through it, but I feel like I need to use so much more product. This is amazing for if you have dry skin because you are using a cleansing oil to take it off your makeup. Soaps and cleansers just destroy my skin. This makes me feel like I am nourishing it at the same time taking off my makeup. And when you use it and you rub it on your eyes, it whips off your eye makeup. I'm talking one pump, rub in, wash off, you're ready to go to bed, girl or boy. And I just can't find anything better than that. The number 7 isn't as good as taking off the makeup. It is very nourishing, but it is not as good at taking the makeup off. This one is like a one and done stop shop. It's amazing. I did a favor save series on this, and I don't even know if I've even faved it, but something I've just been reaching for a lot, even though it is super glittery and kind of obnoxious, is the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. Like, this is like a glitter bomb, but you can see like all my glitter in here. But I've actually been enjoying it and reaching for it a lot, and it made it into my top of the year because there is just something so stunning about these highlighters. They're just, while glittery, they are also just so illuminating, and there's a lot of highlight going on right now, and I've been liking it. Guys, last but not least is something that I'm just talking about as like a bonus item, not in my top 17, is because it was limited edition and it wasn't even released this year, but it is the Lorac Los Angeles Mega Pro 3, and I've been using the crap out of this year. And the reason this is so special to me, I have all the Lorac palettes, I have all the Mega Pros, is because as a lot of people know, this is the one I was most drawn to anyway, and got me to really use Lorac shadows and pull them out, was this beautiful warm tone. It's beautiful on brides. It helped me discover what Lorac shadows are supposed to be used for. I always wanted this like va-va-voom, beautiful look using all these Lorac shades, and these are beautiful soft shadows, and it always really bothered me how soft they were, that they kind of blended away to nothingness, but that's their purpose, I feel like. The matte shades especially, you're not going to get a wham bam, I'm going to the moon and back look with a lot of Lorac palettes, in my opinion. I think that these are great for blending, transitioning, blending out shades that are too harsh. That's what these are great for, and that's why they're so soft. I feel like they just make a look. You can blend these into the crease, blend these into the transition, blend these into the outer corner to really make your shadows seem seamless, and then pop a beautiful shade on the lid, like a ColourPop one or that Steel one, and you have an amazingly blended and seamless look, and it is awesome. So the reason this is in my top is because I was drawn to this and I wanted to make it work, and I did, and then it helped me learn what to use these freaking Lorac shades for, because I was always like, these are so blendy and so soft and I don't know what to do, but I do know now. Thank you so much for watching. That was my top 17 of 2017. I can't wait to love more products with you in the rest of the year, like you're still gonna see me, and for 2018. And I never really say this, guys, but if you want to hang out with me for 2018, you can subscribe down below. I know I don't say that often, but once in a while, you gotta shamelessly plug yourself, I guess, you know? So come hang out with me. We're a little weird over here. We sing. We just enjoy life, okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic evening, year, day, rest of your week, whatever you want. Thank you.